Okay, so why do I consider myself a fractal expert?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a Bachelor of Science in Physics, and then I have an interest in education. And what happened was the two of them met when I came across this particular object in a math textbook. This is the Cantor set, which is the simplest fractal there is. It's removing the middle third, removing the middle third, removing the middle third. And this is called a three-dimensional Cantor set. And I fell in love with this object because it was so simple. And I use it when I teach mathematics. Oh, plus I made it into a three-dimensional snowflake by making it six-sided and similar that way too. That's a very good question. The term fractal was not around when I was a child. It was invented by a mathematician called Benoit Mandelbrot in about 1975. And it's a repeating pattern at different scales. It has self-similarity across dimensions. Well, I like the video feedback fractal because what you do is if you point your camera at the screen and then you put the feedback into your camera, it creates what's called a recursive iteration where the feedback becomes the input and the input becomes the feedback. All fractals have feedback loops in them. Okay, well that's part of what comes up for Mandelbrot's set is z squared plus c is the simple equation, but all of the answers, some of them are real, some of them are in the complex plane, and when you see the diagram, it's actually not just the x and y coordinate axes, it's the complex plane. So when you have to do some homework and actually look at, there's a link I have as far as plotting the Mandelbrot set by hand, and it goes into a sort of a little introduction of complex numbers. Snowflakes are a fractal record of the turbulence that the snow ice crystal encountered on its descent. So it's the storm that has a fractal nature, and the snowflake is a fractal record of the turbulence it encounters. Well, I would say all of nature is a fractal. You have our lungs, branch and branch, they follow fractal geometry. Our neural nets are fractals. The way clouds are formed are fractals. Majority of lightning storms, the majority of natural systems are the geometry of nature. The Pythagorean tree is based on the Pythagorean triangle, and it's a tree that the branches repeat themselves, but they have a definite curve to the one side. You'll have to Google it for an example of the Pythagorean fractal. The one on my main page right now on Facebook, I put up the Newton fractal. That was a cool one. To show the TV, I probably have a couple here.
Yeah.
The neat thing about fractal is that the neat thing about combining fractals and snowflakes is you can do repeating patterns and then you can trim them so that they're completely different each time you do it. So,
yeah.
There's a fractal snowflake, but that's one of the tinier ones I have. I should probably pick up one of the bigger ones. But they're all different.
Yeah.
And the fractal in parts starts with this shape. I keep talking about this shape. It starts with this shape.
Yeah.
And I shrink it down and I make it six-sided. And I trim it symmetrically. But the really cool thing is that the fractal is actually coming from my head because it's the turbulence between what object I've already created and creating a different one the next time I do it.
sitting here, just like, fuck, there's a microwave.
If the car just pulls up.
Oh! I missed that.
Wait, I missed. What happened?
Oh!
What happened?
Flew off.
Were you filming it?
Yeah.
Was it filming?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh, you can see.
That? Yeah. No, that was already there. Oh, it stinks a bit. Oh, the lid just came off. That's awesome. Oh, scrambled egg, yay.
Yeah.